It's an all-Ford front row.
Well,
Two cars to go.
We got the 200 cars here to see if they can do anything about it. Got Dale Jr and Chase coming up, and they can pick up a little bit and be right there.
Look at this, already picked up quite a bit.
That's not a little bit, that's a lot. Holy smoly.
Wow.
And gaining. Boy, I tell you, they just got something in the bank right here. Look at that. Coming down the back, not losing much time into the headwind. I think the wind has died a little bit. 8,400, that's a lot of RPM. Got her nose off here, turn 4, looking to the line. Very, very impressive lap.
I mean, this is to me what you call managing pressures, air, tape, friction, everything.
To the top. To the.
Okay. Timing and scoring hasn't quite picked it up yet.
Doesn't come up yet. I got 66, so that's what you want.
I think he's right on. Here at the pylon, it's at the speedway, they're showing him P1.
I agree.
And electronic scoring from NASCAR has Earnhardt 46.665, 192.864 miles per hour. That's 3.5 hundredths better than Brad Keselowski.
I'd say Greg Ives' stopwatch is pretty good.
That one he had a 66.
Very good. And then there was one.
Well, you know, Dale Jr.'s going to be on the front row.
Last year's pole sitter, Chase Elliott, trying to win his second in a row, which would be the third in a row for Team 24, third in a row for crew chief Alan Gustafson. And those 3 poles, if he makes it, 1 for Jeff Gordon, 2 for Chase Elliott.
Can he do it?
I think he can. I think our time and score was a bit of drama. I know that. He did it.
He did it. An all-Henry front row.
46.663 by 2 1/1000ths of a second. Chase Elliott is the pole sitter for the 500.
Unbelievable.
That is incredible.
Well, you know, I said that they picked up about 2/10. They've got this thing down pretty good because that's about what they picked up again here to get this pole in the front row from Hendrick Motorsports. Wow, that's a great moment for them.
Oh, yeah, and for Rick, I mean, Rick was down here early, and, you know, I don't think he had a whole lot to brag about after the clash, but he got a lot to brag about right now. Got the front row covered.
Third pole in a row for Team 24 and crew chief Alan Gustafson, tying Ernie Elliott for that record. Here's Vince.
Alan, do you know the last crew chief to win 3 poles in a row at the Daytona 500?
I do not. I didn't realize that I had 2 in a row, to be honest with you, before I heard it on the radio today. So
It's Chase's uncle, Ernie Elliott.
well, that's pretty good company. That's pretty awesome. So yeah, amazing. I didn't think we had a shatter, to be honest with you. Yesterday we just didn't have a lot of pace and struggled for speed, but these Napa guys worked really hard. We went through a lot of stuff, a lot of data, and worked on the car, and they made it happen. So we're proud of them.
You know the history of this sport. What's it mean to you, local guy from Florida, to be on the pole for the Daytona 500 again?
Well, this place is, you know, obviously very special. I grew up, you know, 5 miles from here, and this is the first place I ever saw racing, and I remember coming here when I was 5 years old. It's a bittersweet thing because we've got a lot of great qualifying performances and pretty abysmal race finishes. So I really want to win a race here. That would be huge. That'd be huge. It'd be so much for me and this team. But I think we've got a good Napa Chevy. It's got some speed. Thanks to everybody at HMS. They worked really hard in the off season to get the speed, and we'll go see what happens.
Happy for you. Congratulations. Bye.
Here's your front row for the Daytona 500 Hendrick Chevrolet teammates. Chase Elliott and Dale Earnhardt Jr., who is on the front row for the 500 for his 4th time. Jamie?
By that performance, you never would have known it's been 7 months since this guy has been out of a race car. How good does that feel, Junior?
It feels good. I think the guys are a little disappointed. They really want to get the pole. I'm disappointed too, but absolutely thrilled to have an all-Hendrick front row. And we'll work on the balance, practice a lot this week, and see if we can't get our car, make sure it's a good handling car for the race. But it's a good way to start the week.
All right, Matt's with our pole sitter.
And as we mentioned, it's the 3rd year in a row. The 24 on the point. Are you back-to-back, and you rolled up that traditional Elliott smile? This is big for you.
Yeah, this is really cool. I'm just happy for our Napa team, and great to have Napa goers on board this weekend. And Big thanks to the Hendrick Engine Shop and Chevrolet. Everybody at Hendrick Motorsports has done a lot of work this offseason, and this team definitely has a knack for these play tracks, as they showed with Jeff, and then last year with here in Talladega. But that stuff doesn't just happen by staying the same. As everybody knows, that everybody's always trying to get better and make their cars better and faster, and the engine shop's always finding new things. So I think that's just kind of a proof that they're improving with everybody else and taking that next step, which is really, really impressive. So happy to be a part of it, and hopefully we can run good next Sunday.
You weren't able to capitalize on that starting spot last year. How have you matured as a restrictor plate driver to where you can score your first 500 on Sunday?
Well, they finished our first Cup race at Daytona today, which was good. We didn't win the race, obviously, but we finished. And for me, unfortunately, we tore up a lot of stuff here last year, so I hope we can just try to get to the end of the 500 next week. Obviously, got to get to the duels first, but just making it to the end and having yourself in position. Obviously, we'd love to have a shot to win this thing, so it'd be great. And I think we have a car that can do it, so we'll find out.
Thanks, Chase. Mike?